this motion basically because I believe the motion seeks to get a mandate of the House to conduct an investigative hearing. Because I don't believe conducting an investigative hearing or a motion serves justice. So a bill that will follow will either be an amendment of an extant law or be a new bill that will address the critical areas in one of the motions has clearly stated that has been a big problem and challenge to our institutions. This includes addressing mechanisms, addressing the examination of choice mechanisms in our tertiary institutions, setting a timeline between when examination results are released and when examinations are taken and when results are released, including research results for those who are in their final year. I in our schools, the Committee of Education and I believe that we may need to ask more responsibilities of the Committee on Education. What has this education is something we must address and we need to review examination mechanism process in both the basic and tertiary qualifications. Even if it is like that, for that to be done annually or biannually, we need to add that stating that our house, the Committee on Education doesn't even have anything to do with the organization of issues. And it's something that is really critical and important for us to address as a house.
That have been advanced on why a more critical look should be taken on this motion. Speak once on why this House should adopt this motion so that we can give the mandate to the committee to carry out this exercise. Mr. Speaker, the bottom line is we must all acknowledge that our education system is in crisis in this country. And there is no way you can separate the poor quality of tertiary education with the poor quality of education at the lower levels. You cannot have good quality education in primary schools. You cannot have good quality education in secondary schools if the products of our tertiary institutions who are supposed to lead and administer education at those lower levels are deficient themselves. Graduates, products of our qualities of education and certificates are of poor quality, then there is no way they can impact high quality education at the lower levels. Mr. Speaker, let me cite 3 examples to underscore the crisis bedeviling our educational system, especially the tertiary education. Sometime early last year, a vice chancellor of one of the prime universities in this country, one of the first and oldest universities in this country, came to my office. And in the course of our discussion, honorable colleagues, he confided in me that they were in the process of disciplining some lecturers because they were caught to have been involved in examination malpractices. And he cited the case of one particular lecturer who was caught to have given the scripts of level 300 students to level 100 students to mark. And the university discovered that because those students who were asked to do the marking started going around telling students that they had that responsibility and they were started collecting money for them to award higher degrees. Now that lecturer was dismissed and the Vice Chancellor drew that my attention to it. Mr. Speaker, the second case was the case of Kwara State, when teachers teaching primary school students were given the same examination that they administered to their students, and 75% failed that examination. Not too long ago, in Kaduna State, virtually the same thing happened. Now what that says is that there is serious malaise, serious problem associated with education in our tertiary institutions. And what the committee is asking us to do is to give them the opportunity to take a critical look at the issues that have led to where we are, come up with suggestions that ultimately will address the deep malaise and crisis that is affecting our educational system. And I do not think there is any reason why we should not do that. Each and every one of us has experiences of products of universities, colleges of education, and polytechnics who come with certificates indicating that they have passed in glowing colors, but who, when properly examined, would fail even at the minimum standards that is expected of a bearer of that certificate. And I think what the committee is asking, which we should grant them, is to take a look at all these issues. Granted, the issue of crisis, union crisis, cited by ALSO and other unions, may be part of this problem, because any time you lose certain period within the calendar session, what usually happens is that crash programs are organized, and then before somebody is properly tutored, he is made to sit for an examination. That could also be one of the problems, but should be left to the committee to find out. I think we should not, put the cart before the horse. It is important that we allow the committee to do this work, so that ultimately, whatever the outcome of whatever they have done, we can bring it back to this House, and it should be the responsibility of this House to do the right thing. Let me finally say that once we shy away from addressing critical issues regarding our educational system, then that will undermine whatever progress, whatever achievement, whatever development that this country has potentials for in future. Education remains the most central and the most critical single aspect of human life that has the capacity to improve, to upgrade, and to change the quality of life of every Nigerian and every citizen of the world. I therefore urge my colleagues to support this motion so that this committee can carry out this exercise.